Regent Park Social Development Plan, the SDP, is a multifaceted initiative aiming to transform the neighbourhood from a social housing enclave to a vibrant, mixed-income and mixed-use community. The Community Building Group is one of 4 of the working groups within the SDP. Recently, one of the co-chairs, Walied Khogali, stepped down from his position, having assumed the expanded position of SDP co-chair. As a result, an election took place where among the 3 speaking candidates, Miguel Avilla Velarde, Fardowsa Mohammed, and Lloyd Pike, Fardowsa was chosen as the new co-chair. Now let's go to the election, which took place at the Urban Pavilion at 660 Dundas Street East in Regent Park, to see what the candidates were proposing. My name is Gabriel Meissner, and you are watching RPTV News.
Hi everybody. I put the documents in the chat for those that are online. The link goes to a folder, and there's 4 main documents in that folder. So folks, these are documents that are they're guidelines for our work together. Guidelines to help us have productive meetings and to create a welcoming atmosphere for everyone. So we've worked, a group of us worked pretty hard at preparing these. Walied, Dee, who's online here, Sarah Jane was part of it as well, and Ines Garcia. So thanks to everybody who worked on this. We've had, and Michael Rosenberg too. We've had some people looking at it already. What we want to do is pass these documents around the community, especially around those that are part of the social development plan, and get your feedback. See what you think about them. The idea is there's meeting guidelines, so how we conduct ourselves in meetings, like one voice at a time, taking turns, making sure everybody has a chance to speak, making sure that the decisions that we make, everybody has input into, and that we come to good, clear decisions, and everybody knows what we're going to do. A conflict resolution process, so that when we get in conflict with each other, we have ways that we can address it, so that it doesn't become something that leaves long repercussions and so on, and a mark on people, but it's a way that we can hopefully resolve things so that everybody can come to an agreement together. And then lastly, sort of a last document on the list is one for accountability, for when things don't go well and meetings are disrupted, for example, and they we just don't find ways to resolve them, the steps that we can take so that all together, with everybody's input, we can figure out how to get through that kind of a situation. But really the main part of these documents is for people to have agreed on ways that we can have good meetings together and deal with the issues that we have between us and resolve them. So that's the focus of them. So I think I'm not going to go further into it just because of we want to get to the election. We want to have a bit of time just to enjoy our time together. That's where we plan the meeting. But I'll just reiterate, as Walied said, these are going to come before the whole community on November 27th for the stakeholders table. So take these documents, if you have them here on paper, reflect on them, think about, does these make sense to you? Do you like them? Do you want to make any other suggestions? And then if you're looking at them online, likewise, do the same. And we'll definitely take that feedback on November 27th, or any time between now and then too. If you want to call me or email me or Walied, Walied will still have a voice in this, obviously, or a role in this as one of the co-chairs of the SDP, or Rabia. We will take your feedback and we will work with it.
Okay, so we're now going to move to the next part of this meeting, which is the elections of the co-chair. So I'm gonna invite Joel to explain the process, and then we'll take questions after everyone understands the process, and then people will be receiving ballots. And we're gonna do some fun things today. And that is, we're gonna use ranked ballots, and that will be explained. Joel?
development plan, every work group has has 3 co-chairs. One is represents the Toronto community housing residents in the community. One represents market residents, and then there's another agency co-chair. So I'm the agency co-chair, like supporting the group. Rabia, as she introduced herself, is the market resident co-chair. And so we have 4 nominees for this position today who are running. And the first thing we're going to do is give them each 3 minutes to answer 3 questions. Just a moment. The 3 questions are: why did you decide to put your name forward for this position? What does community building in Regent Park mean to you? And the third question: what qualities are you bringing to this position? That could be a wide range of things.
So I just want to make sure we identify the candidates. This is the last time to either confirm your participation or withdraw. So if you hear something wonderful from your colleagues and you want to withdraw, you got to tell us before the ballots are cast, right? Because it is going to be a ranked ballot system. Okay? Okay. So could the candidates firstly maybe online?
I'm just going to go through the process first, folks, and then I'll introduce them, and then each of them will have their time. So just so everybody knows how we're going to do this, after you hear the talks, we're going to have 2 sets of ballots. Because this is a Toronto community housing resident, we're going to give a special role for those that are Toronto community housing residents. We'll have 1 ballot, and we're looking for a majority of the preferred candidate from among the Toronto community housing residents. And then we're also going to have a separate ballot for everyone else. So we'll do a second count, a second tallying of the ballots, and that second tallying will include everybody's ballot, both the TCH residents and the other residents, as well as anybody from an agency or non-residents in the community. And we're hoping that those will agree with each other. The way that we're going to do it is, as Walied said, a ranked ballot. So you're not just going to vote for one person. You'll vote for all 4, assuming that 4 will be on the. We have 4 on the ballot, and you're not going to mark an X on the ballot. You're going to mark a number. So you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I set the poll up for those that are online, but you know what? I'm going to have to look at that while we're doing the voting. If there isn't a way to express a preference on the online poll, I will ask. I think we'll have to do it so that people send me a private chat and say the number that you want to associate with each candidate, so that we can get the ranked ballots for those that are online as well. And then when it's all said and done, the person who has the most support will win. And the way you know that is if a person receives a first place vote, they get 1 point. If they receive a second place vote, they get 2 points. Third place vote, 3 points. Fourth place vote, 4 points. And what we're going to do, Rabia and Walied and I are going to tally all those ballots at the end. And the person with the fewest points is the person who will be named. Now, just a moment. We have one qualification for that. Right, and so there is a chance that we'll get 2 different winners from the 2 different groups. If that's the case, we'll run a second round, and that will be to give us, with only 2 candidates, to give us a clear answer. And so, any questions about what that means for ranked ballot? Michael?
So I'm not going to say anything right now because it would just confuse things. But after you've done this, I want to make a few points about this process. Because you can go ahead and do it this way. I don't object. And it'll just confuse things if I say anything else right now. Okay. But I do have some like concepts or ideas about this process.
Any other questions, folks? Ibrahim. And Shayna and Ibrahim.
So you're saying if I want to vote for somebody to be number one, like let's say they're number 4, I can put 4?
So the person who's in the 4th position on the ballot, you can put 1 beside them. And you can put, because what you care about is look for the person that you support the most.
So the person I support the most, what do I put? A 1?
1, put 1 beside their name.
Oh.
Person you support second most, you put, just a moment. Person you put second most, you put 2 beside their name. Third most, 3. Fourth most, 4.
Fourth choice. It's based on your number, first choice, second.
Okay. So we have Ibrahim, and then Miguel, and then Hanan.
The one with the least number.
So the second overall voting will be combined with the TCHC one? How do you combine the 2 votes?
So their both votes will be simultaneous. I'm going to give people that are TCH residents can ask for a TCH ballot, and others will get the other ballot, which is for general members. And we will tally the TCH ballots first and separately, and then we will tally the general ballots all together, and then we're hoping that they'll be aligned with each other. And if not, we'll do a second round. Does that answer the question? Miguel.
Yeah, could you inform the general audience as to who are those candidates?
We're just going to do that. That's our next thing.
Okay, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And you just said, according to the point, you put the first person gets 1 point, and then the second person gets the second point. So let's say, for instance, I have my candidate who's number 4. Is he going to get the 4 points, or is he going to win at that point?
Your number 1 candidate gets 1 point when we tally, and the winner has the fewest points, not the most points.
Oh.
Whoever has the fewest points is the person who's most preferred by the group.
Oh, yes, that's what I said.
So we're not looking for a lot of points. Got it. Just so think there's a lot of games you play. You win by getting very few points. Some games you win by getting lots of points. This game you win by getting very few points.
That's explainable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
Rabia, is that good?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, for people, just explain it so they don't get confused. Because
we can do roll so that people understand it. So I'm candidate A. Ibrahim is candidate B. Rabia is candidate C. Okay. Let's see who else. Alex is candidate D. So in the ranked ballot, your top choice, so whoever is your top choice, you put a 1.
Your top choice, you put a 1. Your second choice, second person that you like, you're like, oh man, not too bad, but not my first, you put a number 2. Your third choice, put a number 3. Your fourth choice, you put number 4. That's all you need to remember. We will do the calculation in the end, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a double majority, like in terms of reference, to make sure that also TCHC residents have their choice. Okay? Does that make sense to everyone? And we're also, so there's general ballots and there's TCHC ballots. So if you, like Gargi, Sonia, Tohira, anyone who's not a TCHC will get the general ballot. Okay. So do you want to start off the online piece first, and then do the in-person, or?
We're going to do the talks next.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to introduce the candidates, and then we'll have the vote. Okay?
Okay, so now the reveal of our candidates. Our first candidate is Miguel Avilla Velarde. Miguel. Our second candidate. This is in order of alphabetical order, folks. On the ballot it's alphabetical, and I'm going to present people alphabetically. Second is Fazla Jameen. I hope I pronounced your last name correctly, Fazla. Fazla, you there? Maybe you can go on camera or Fazla was here. She said she was not sure she'd be able to attend the meeting, so maybe she was only able to join for a short time. Hopefully she'll be back and be able to say a few words. So Fazla is the second candidate on the ballot. Third is Fardowsa Mohammed. Fardowsa, maybe you can go on camera for a moment, can you?
Yeah, sure, I can. Right now?
Yep. Hello. And we'll have you go on also when you give your talk. And our fourth candidate is Lloyd Pike. Wave, Lloyd. Okay. Lloyd, maybe, and Miguel, when you give your talk, if you don't mind coming up here so you're just closer to the camera, if that's okay. All right. So those are our four candidates. Thank you very much for your interest, folks. And we know that only one person can be named the co-chair in the end, but it's great to have this much interest, so thank you very much. Shayna.
So does that mean all four are running for like TCHC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's one position available, which is a TCHC co-chair. Okay. So our first candidate to speak will be Miguel. I'm going to give you a moment, Miguel, to set you up for time. Oh, come on up.
Okay.
And I'll let you know.
It will be less than city council, 5 minutes and all that.
Yes, no, it's when there's lots of people, city
5
council,
minutes.
you only get 3.
Okay.
Okay, do you want me to remind you of the questions?
Yes, please. One more time.
Okay, I'm going to ask the questions again, okay, folks? Why did you decide to put your name forward for this position? What does community building in Regent Park mean to you? What qualities are you bringing to this position? And qualities is a wide range of things, anything that you want to name to the group.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Miguel, and I have been a resident in the lease agreement in good standing. I was saying that my name is Miguel, and I'm a TCSU resident on the lease agreement, and I have been living at 220 Oak Street as the tenant rep for the last 12 years. I've been serving my building with integrity and courage. That is the reason why I want to continue serving the community with integrity and courage and the values of social inclusion and social cohesion, because the goal of the SDP, in particular the community building, is to ensure that every resident becomes one single Regent Park. There's no difference between PCSU resident versus market resident. We are all one Regent Park. We, of course, we're trying to strive to find harmony. Thank you so much for this new proposal to include a culture of how to work out our differences. I bring a lot of skills to the table, mainly advocacy. However, as difficult as this might sound, I am also engaging in projects of mine, which tonight I'm going to have to decline on the seat position, and I will endorse my friend Fardowsa, who I believe the next right candidate for this seat. And she will continue with the spirit, integrity, and integration with this community. And thank you.
Thank you, Miguel.
Surprise, Chris. Okay, so that is Miguel. Thanks, Miguel. So Miguel has now withdrawn his name as a candidate. And it is now, do we have, Fazla is not here. So let us turn to Fardowsa. Fardowsa.
Okay.
Yeah, so put on your camera again, please.
Okay.
Great. Where are we at here? I gotta start the time, don't I? Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Fardowsa 2019. Been living since. And what's the first question? The reason why I decided to join in community building, I used to actually sit as a member community building at the time, I think before pandemic. One thing I like about community building is, and I choose to sit on that table, was I love how community building brings the community together. We are a lot of people living in communities who have different cultures. I like the fact that they host events and bring people together, like Sunday Park. You see different people, different cultures, different languages, different beliefs. It's just makes me feel like if it's a fit position for me. And that's the reason why I wanted to join in. What does community building in Regent Park means to me? It means to me, community building is a strong community that bring people together, and also, for example, like leading and increasing social interaction, engagement, and what I like is how you like how. What I'm basically, sorry, I'm quite nervous. What I like and what community building means to me is being around different people. It actually builds my confidence, and as I said before, community building is where I started when I joined in this community. And also when I started advocacy, it was a community building where I joined in, and it built my confidence by meeting new people with different backgrounds, like experiences, with different backgrounds of advocacy, like Miguel, and many more people. And that's the one reason why I liked it.
15 more seconds, Fardowsa. You don't have to get better. 15 more seconds. You're muted for. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to read the question. What qualities are you bringing? Okay. So thanks, Rudy. Give me a second. So for me, I did an outreach. I worked for the health center.
Okay, Fardowsa,
have this outreach a lot, so I know where different problems in this community has, like when it comes to women advocacy. I know a lot of women who face different, and I'm already helping them, like mothers, women of color, women of Muslim women. I'm always helping people to direct them in places to look for help, and I think when it comes to outreaching, I'm a best candidate.
Thank you very much, Fardowsa. Okay. Now, let's just make sure. See if Fazla has joined again. Fazla, are you there? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Next, iPhone, welcome here. Do you mind introducing yourself, please? Hello, iPhone. Do you hear us? So our next candidate is Lloyd Pike.
this committee. I've paid attention over the years of what this committee can do. But one thing I noticed that wasn't not on this committee is somebody with a disability to have an opportunity to participate in the decision making with this group. I think that Regent Park has got a great group of people, residents that live here, and you got a great group here. But we all got to be a part of it, not just for certain people. If you want to make this community a better place to be, everyone has got to be involved and have that opportunity to build their skills, build trust, strength, and build their self-confidence working in a committee with others. What I also can bring to this committee is experience of being part of other committees as co-chair. As somebody that's not in this committee just as a co-chair, but in other areas of the city as co-chair in years gone by. The experience that I have in living in Regent Park for 33 years, working with kids, working with adults, working with people with disabilities and doing projects. I think for myself will bring some more experience, but also will bring others together to be a leader, to bring us all be stronger, and we can all enjoy the fruits of our labor when we get it done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lloyd. Just give me a moment, folks. I'm going to put this, our process on screen here. So, as I'm sharing screen with everybody, folks online, what do you see? Do you see the rules for the election?
We see the meeting guidelines.
SDP guideline, meeting guidelines.
Yeah, I just want this to be on. Okay, so now this should be, what do you see, folks? There will be 2 ballots?
Yes,
okay.
yes, Bill.
So this is the process for the election now. So we're going to distribute the ballots, and then I will put Walied, do you mind distributing the ballots? That's probably the general member, and then there's also okay, so we're distributing the ballots now, folks. And I'm going to look for the poll that I've created.
Yeah. One second. Are you TCC?
So for you folk online, what are you understanding of the voting and which part I understand?
I think there's going to, my understanding is TCHC residents vote first, and then everybody else votes next. person with the least, because you pick one for your talk as number one, your first, second, and third, and fourth choice. And the person, so then the person who calculates with the lowest score would be the winner.
When I do that though, why not just vote for one person instead of voting 1, 2, and 3, and 4?
I agree.
So am I understanding that so if I'm in a race, is it similar to if I'm in a race and I come first and you come last, you win?
No.
So folks,
I have the lowest number, you know, the last one. It's 1, 2, and 3. That 1 and 2 might have the highest number. It's one of those two. I think they should have just done it with 1.
Yeah, vote for who you want.
Folks, can you listen for a second?
Yes.
Folks, can you listen for a
It's
second?
very complicated, and only the person who wins, I think, would be told that. So I don't understand what the ranking is all about when there's no second position.
Wait, online people first.
Can you hear me, folks?
I'm still lost right now.
Can you hear me?
I'm scared.
You just put a 1 beside your first choice, a 2 beside your second, 3 beside your third, 4 beside.
And even if you don't want to vote 2, 3, and 4, just do 1, and that's it. Like that's up to
Excuse
you.
me, folks, can you please pay attention to the main meeting room, because we're trying to explain things, but people are explaining to each other, which might lead to further confusion. And we don't want more confusion. So I'm just going to pass it back to Joel, and he's going to explain it one more time for the folks online. I did it earlier, but we'll repeat it again.
You guys are allowed to talk to each other in person. How come we're not allowed to talk to each
Because
other?
we're trying to get a ballot done here.
I don't think so. Sorry, it's not that we don't understand the process. I think it's the rationale that's in confusion. But it's up to you if you think you need to repeat.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you.
You can hear?
Yes.
So, the ballots we're doing ballots at the same time. There's 2 different kinds of ballots. And this was an attempt to focus most of the voting results would be focused on the preferences of the TCH residents, because it's a TCH chair. That was the thinking of the co-chairs as we designed the process. And we also thought that to make it easier, so not just the person who gets the most votes would win, but we'd actually show who has the most support from the whole group. That's why we give points for each person. And the simple way to think about it is the person, the first place is 1 point, second place is 2 points, and so on. Therefore, the person with the fewest points has the most support. So if you're a third place person, you get 3 points. That means that you're least supported. You want to have the least number of points possible. So we now have 3 candidates. And so the problem I think we have for you folks that are online is I'm going to launch the poll now. Just a second. And then you can only vote for one person because of the way the poll is. So what I want you to do is so the poll's there now. I want you to vote for your first candidate. And the best I can do, I think, is to ask you to send me a private chat and to name your second choice and your third choice in that. And then we will tally those results.
Don't vote for...
Yeah, don't vote for Miguel. Miguel just stepped down. All right. So, yeah, Ines?
Miguel's not running?
Miguel stepped down.
Okay. So now we only have 2 candidates.
We have 3 candidates. So Fazla, as far as I know, is still running. But the 2 people that gave talks were Fardowsa and Lloyd.
I don't understand the untitled question, single choice.
Do you see the choices that you have? You have Miguel, Fazla, Fardowsa, and Lloyd. You see
Yes,
that?
I chose one, and then what do I do for the second question?
Oh, that was just a mistake. That was not meant to be there.
Okay, so I just submit this to you now, right?
You submit choice 2 and choice 3 to me.
Where's choice 2 and 3? I don't see that.
You just write it in the chat for yourself. So if you want to, like your 3 choices are Fazla, Fardowsa, and Lloyd. So choice 2 and choice 3 is whoever you don't choose in your vote.
Choice 2 and choice 3 is what? I got choice 1 and choice 2 is the second question.
Choice.
I don't understand what that means.
There's just one question, Sarah Jane, and you've done the first part of it. You voted for somebody, which is great.
Okay, that's all I need to do?
Well, if you want to, you can also send a chat and say who your second choice is and your third choice.
I don't want to do that. I'll just submit this, and if I press submit, where will it go?
It goes into our poll, so we'll get the result.
Send private to you, it's to send it to the community working work group, right?
Just a chat.
Just in the chat, yeah, to me, yeah, that would be the community building work group, yeah.
I don't understand. It won't let me submit without the second question being answered.
Well, if you have to, then just pick anything. It doesn't matter. Pick whatever you want, Sarah Jane, for the second question. Choice 1. Who do you choose 1?
All right, I just did it. Has it gone somewhere?
Yep, we're getting the results in. They're all, but folks, just so you know, it's all anonymous. We don't know who's voting for who.
All right.
Okay, in person, please collect it.
A question.
That was stressful.
Okay, so we're going to take
a chance to vote?
Everyone in person has got a chance to vote, right? So just collect it.
Okay, drum roll, please. Okay, we have the results. In third place, with a total of 39 points, is Fazla. In second place, with a total of 31 points, is Lloyd. And in first place, with a total of 20 points, is Fardowsa. So we have a clear winner. Fardowsa is our new TCH co-chair. Congratulations, Fardowsa. And thank you, everyone.
I wish that she can.
Well, Fardowsa, do you want to just say something before we conclude? We have one other statement. So just,
Can you share?
yeah. How do you minimize this? 1 second.
I just want to say thank you for those who voted for me, and yeah.
Okay, just 1 second.
Okay, we got you on the screen now, Fardowsa.
Fardowsa.
We're gonna pin you.
Okay.
Sorry?
We're gonna pin you because we couldn't see you. Just
now we can all see you.
Okay, there you go, new co-chair.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Thank you for those who voted for me.
But now you're the representative for the whole group, not just for those that voted for you. Hi. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for this newfangled process, folks, for your patience with it. And we're gonna, Walied wants to say a word.
Okay, my friends, you know we like to finish our meetings on time. It's 7:55. We've got 5 minutes left. So we're gonna make some statements. I'm gonna pass it on first to Rabia because she wants to say something. I was gonna just thank everyone. Go ahead. You want to thank everyone first? Thank you, Rabia. Okay, so I just want to say thank you so much to all the members of the Community Building Working Group. I really had a great time co-chairing the community building working group of the SDP over the past 2 years. I'm very grateful to Joel. Thank you, Joel, for helping me navigate and understand not just the SDP, but also community building and initiatives that we've had in the past. I loved Sunday in the Park. I loved the food insecurity work that we did. We actually hosted a meeting right here. I think Alex remembers that meeting when we had grassroots organizations join us to talk about food insecurity and how to collaborate. I loved working with all of you on the space needs report. That was so important. It was submitted by TCHC and Tridel as part of the rezoning application. So we found out more about the needs for space, both indoor and outdoor. I love collaborating with groups and grassroots organizations during Black History Month, and we're hoping to continue that work into the new year for next year, and working with our schools like Nelson Mandela Public School and Lord Dufferin. I loved working with our agency partners, TNG. Big shout out to TNG. Thank you, Tohida. I really appreciate all the support. Neighborhood Information Post, Leah, thank you so much for all the support and the collaboration that we had over the past 2 years. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm a big fan of community building, so I'll be there to support future initiatives as well. And I also want to thank our friends from Youth Enrichment Academy. Thank you so much for collaborating with us, especially when it came to Black History Month and other initiatives. You folks did a phenomenal job. And we're going to make sure we continue with our priorities to make sure that most spaces are accessible in our community. And just want to say thank you one more time. Thank you.
We want to say thank you back to you. So thanks, Oli. I want to really say thank you so much for every single effort you put, rather in front of people, they see it, or under the table. I know lots of work that no one knows about, that you speak up for the community, you loved your community from your heart. You always a big fan of Regent Park. People were, I'm sure maybe, I would say maybe half of the community didn't even recognize who are behind all of this work. And I want to say, Walied, one of the people who are behind the work, and advocacy, and the money is coming into the community, rather grants, rather collision, policymaker changing. So I want to say thank you for every single effort you put. And I'm glad today your dad is here to just acknowledge him as well. You did a great job, Uncle, raising Walied. Such a very kind and really person who really care about his community. So me and Joel want to thank you for all the work you have done. It was amazing working with you. I don't want to give my back to people, but it's so hard to be in person and to both. So this is a little thing. We didn't sign it. So this is a certificate for Walied. Oh, thank you, Joel. To thank
Congratulations, Walied.
Thank you, Nini.
You deserve the best, Walied. This is just. Yeah, I wanted you to really remember us. I wanted you to put it in your office or at home, just to see this, that we really put those words, really very careful when I put them. So I wanted you to read them, and really, I myself as a resident, and speaking on behalf of my family, I really appreciate every effort you put towards advocating for us as a community resident. So I'm sure many others share the same. So thank you so much. I'm pass this to You're going to thank him first. Yes, thank you.
Also, Walied, I very much have appreciated your support also during these times that we've been co-chairs together with so many people have done, which you've already named, and so many community meetings and introducing groups to the community, to the community working group, so that people learn more about things going on in the community. And lots of different situations that we faced and sort of worked through together. And Rabia joining us also in the last year, so it's just been really, really good. So thank you very much for all your work.
Thanks, everyone. Before people leave, you know I love selfies, so I'm going to invite everyone back here for a nice quick selfie. Okay, I'll hold the certificate as well.
3, 2, 1. I had a phenomenal time supporting the community building working group. It's my favorite working group because it's so focused on a goal of social cohesion and inclusion by bringing people together to work on challenges, whether it's space, whether it's food insecurity, whether it's events like Sunday in the Park that bring residents together from different socioeconomic backgrounds, market residents, TCHC residents, the fact that we can showcase our local talent. I loved every meeting that we had, all the committee meetings that we struck, whether it's to collaborate on bringing Black History Month to the entire Regent Park by collaborating with agencies and grassroots organizations. It was an opportunity to really understand why we have a social development plan, why it's important for us to work together as neighbors to build the Regent Park that we want and that we deserve. And it's a great collaborative space. I want to encourage everyone, if you haven't been to a community building working group, you should attend. They're fun, informative, and an opportunity for you to work with your neighbors to make our neighborhood better. So thank you so much to both my fellow co-chairs, Joel Klassen and Rabia. You folks have been an amazing support for the work that we all do at the community building. And I want to congratulate Fardowsa, the incoming community building co-chair. I think she's going to add so much value to the work of the community building working group, and I'm happy to leave this position in good hands, but also be appreciated. So thank you so much for the many residents that chose to attend today's meeting and participate in the selection of a new co-chair. I feel like, when you do good work, the work speaks for itself. The fact that we had a very lively election today with 4 candidates means there's a lot of people that were interested in community building, which means we've had an impact in our community. And I feel like it's important to build capacity. I know I've learned a lot over the past 2 years supporting community building, and I hope my colleagues learn about how special Regent Park is and how much love we have for this community. And I want to thank all our stakeholders, all our funders, the City of Toronto, and other institutions that have invested in our community. Shout out to TNG, the Regent Park Community Health Center, YA, and the many organizations. I know there are many groups that have supported community building, so I don't want to leave anyone out, but I just want to show my appreciation to all of you for your support.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow our social media platforms. And for more information, please visit our website.